You know those pieces that have been sitting in the corner of your shop for way too long? Yeah, this was one of those. I had a plan, kind of, a rough sketch, a vague vision, but I knew one thing. This old gun cabinet was about to get a serious glow up. And yes, it's as orange in person as it looks on screen. Challenge accepted. Stick around because this piece goes from what am I gonna do with this to one of my favorite transformations yet. Next up is this gun cabinet that I picked up at a thrift store. I want to repurpose it. It's in actually very decent condition, all wood. It might need a new bottom. We'll see about that, but it just needs to be cleaned up. It's pretty dusty. I don't know if it's been out in someone's garage or not. Door works great. Obviously it needs, I don't know if I'm gonna do glass or what. I gotta figure something out there. I think my plan is to make it shelving. I think it would be a cute entryway place to put your shoes. I wonder if even shoes would fit. Let me grab some. Like, what if you made it a little cabinet so you can't see the inside? I don't even know though. No, shoes won't fit. So maybe not. That's too bad. But if that's the case, I think it'd be a cool liquor cabinet or a storage shelf for towels and whatnot for a bathroom. So many options, and just trying to figure out. I think I'm gonna paint and maybe try to strip down the inside, but paint the outside. Those are my initial thoughts. Obviously things can change, but that's what I'm thinking. I don't know, it could be a cool little piece. All right, here we go. Always so important to give everything a good clean. That is dirty. How do I do this without wrecking it? Ah! Figure something out here. Here's the problem. I can't seem to take off the back, and I know, you know what? Even if I did, I wouldn't want to try to strip this down because it's not worth the effort. This is not beautiful back here. Maybe I'll put some beadboard or something on the back, but I need to try to take this off. I think it's just nailed in from the back. This piece is a classic example of late 20th century American craftsmanship. Most popular from the 70s through the early 90s. Often made from oak, pine, or maple, usually glass fronted or open to proudly display long guns like hunting rifles or shotguns. And many featured keyed locks that were more decorative than secure by today's standards. It was built with a sense of tradition, often passed down from one generation to the next, and typically displayed in dens, basements, or man caves. Let's see if I have any other scrap wood laying around. I don't think that's long enough. Crazy enough, I have a board that's the perfect size. I did like another one here. I want to put in some adjustable shelving. My normal jig is this thing, but you know, this is fine, but I want to have something a little more efficient. So I made this one myself. That way I can just set it right here and then just go really quickly and do quite a few rather than just 3 or 4 of them. Give this a shot. I have these. Now, I just want to see what it would look like. I don't have enough, obviously, but this is just to give me an idea of what it would look like. It's going all the way across, which means if I use these, I'd have to cut the sides. Jesus. I think that's the route. I just need to go to the hardware store. I got some cedar planks, but I'm wondering if I should just take off the back, because if I did that, I could attach these on the back side and have something to nail them into. Here, this is so thin that I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove the backing, just destroy it. This. That was the smart decision. All right, just to take a peek at what it would look like. Let's try this. That works. I'm gonna cut these. Now, I'm gonna need to trim off both sides. I wanna make it even, so. Let's find out where the middle is. All right, so right here, here's the middle. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Found the middle. Now I just need to cut here and like right here. Mask up. That's that. Let's just see if I can sand the inside here. So my original plan, paint the outer frame and stain the inside, a nice mix of contrast and warmth. But once I started sanding down the interior and scuff sanding the outside for paint prep, something changed. The wood grain was just too good to cover up. The cabinet kind of spoke to me, you know, in that please don't bury me under paint kind of way. So I pivoted. Forget the paint, this piece deserved to be stained from top to bottom. Well, you might have guessed that I've obviously made a little pivot. I got some inspiration. As you can see, I have sanded the whole thing. We're gonna go that route. We are not going to paint, at least right now. Like I said, things can always change, and they can change again, and they can change again. But this is the plan. A little extra work, but that's okay.
let's do this. Hard part is done. Goes this way. There we go. Now I need to sand these down. I remember how these went in. 220 probably. It's already pretty smooth. I think I might be done for the day. Now I will be staining it. It's always satisfying to put everything together. Just go right here. I'd say that's a good day of work after a vacation and then a day of golf. I got what I wanted done today. So that's it for today.
Instead of going with traditional glass for this door insert, I decided to use acrylic. It's a solid choice if you're working on a budget, or if you're like me, you could be prone to dropping things on the shop floors. Acrylic is lightweight, shatter resistant, and super easy to cut down with just a scoring tool and a straight edge. It gives the same clean, modern look as glass without the anxiety. Plus, here's the beauty of this approach. If I ever want to upgrade to real glass down the road, this frame design makes it a breeze to swap out. But for now, this does the trick. And honestly, unless you're tapping on it, no one would ever even know. First things first, let's get to staining. I'm gonna do the beadboard first. I'm using General Finishes Antique Walnut. Used it quite a bit. I think it's perfect for this piece. You know, as I'm applying this stain to the wood grain, I can't help but think staining furniture is a lot like life. You don't always get to start with a blank canvas. Sometimes you're working with a piece that's seen some things, scratches, wear, layers of old decisions. Kind of like me. I didn't start this journey in a workshop. I was a coach, a mom of 3, moving around the country every few years with a pilot husband and a minivan full of sports gear. I didn't know this would be my thing until much later. But just like with staining, you prep the surface, you lean into the imperfections, and you bring out the beauty that was always there. Sometimes it takes a little time, a little patience, and it's not about erasing the past. It's about honoring it and creating something new on top of it.
Beneath the starlit sky, our love's secret line, like leaves we soar so high. Beneath the moonlight, the soft touch your hand in mine gets me every time. Lost in the city lights, our love's electric ride. You make me feel alive. I know July is gone.
This is the part I like to call the quiet magic, when all the little pieces start falling into place. The drawer gets lined, the hardware goes on, and suddenly it's not just a project anymore. It's a finished piece, a story retold in wood grain and elbow grease. There's something really satisfying about these final steps. They're not flashy, they're not loud, but they matter because they're what turn good into great. This drawer, now lined and functional, that hardware, chosen to complement the new stain, and those adjustable shelves inside, they give this piece the flexibility it didn't have before. It's all these details that let you walk away knowing this was worth it. And just like that, we've reached the finish line. Moving this piece into the staging area is always one of my favorite moments. It's the reward at the end of the process, the big reveal after the hours of stripping, sanding, staining, troubleshooting, and tweaking every last detail. This cabinet may have started out as a tired old gun case, but today, it's ready to be whatever someone needs it to be. A bathroom cabinet filled with fresh towels, a classy liquor cabinet for entertaining, even a charming coffee or display hutch. That's the beauty of refinishing. It's not just about restoring the wood, it's about giving a piece a new purpose, a new chapter. Let's take a look back at where this piece started, and now where it's ended up. Whether it's holding bourbon or bath bombs, this cabinet has officially found its second life. And I'd say it's looking pretty proud of itself. And as always, thanks for watching. I truly appreciate all your support. And we'll see you next time here on It's About Flippin' Time.